guy. And here we have Mr. Carl Barden.
Hi guys, how you doing? Okay, we're going to take a walk through the collection tonight and get a look at some of the more interesting animals. And this is what you're looking at is what will some point be the office, and these are just two display cages we have here. That's an eastern diamondback rattlesnake down below, and then these are East African gaboon vipers up above here. I don't know how close you can get with that thing, Doug.
I can get close.
Okay.
Where is it?
And as you can see, most of the time the animals remain motionless unless they're disturbed. We'll see a little action once we get in the room there, you know.
It's tough to get it in focus.
Oh, is that right? How does that work? Does it do it automatically? All right. You're walking into the main holding room now. And it's just a variety of cages, different size racks to hold a variety of animals. And most of the species in the collection are venomous. We have about 240 snakes in this room now, and about 200 of those, or a little better than that, are venomous. So the majority, 80% or so of the collection is hot, and the plan is eventually venom production. These are some of the bigger racks here. These contain forest cobras, black mambas. This rack here is primarily monocle cobras and spitting cobras, both Asian and African. We'll bring out some of those. Back behind you is a variety of pit vipers, cottonmouths, copperheads, cape cobras.
All in the dark.
Gaboon vipers, right. Yeah, we'll bring some of this stuff out in a little bit. These are some of the larger holding cages. This is a big albino Burmese python down below.
Whoa.
That female produced 28 babies this year.
All right.
And then this is a patternless male Burmese up top. You can't really see him. He's kind of hidden in the back there. We'll drag her out if you want it a little bit.
Yeah, that'll be cool.
Then back in this corner back here, you can walk back there, Doug. Those are more racks that hold a variety of vipers and pit vipers. Anything with a bread tag is venomous. And up on the left-hand side here we have some green mambas up over to your left. You can move in. Those are green mambas up on the left there.
Yeah, it's tough to get it to focus.
Is it? I was wondering if you have to be a little. Does it take a minute and then go in or no? Okay. Well,
no.
What you can do. Hit a vial here, and you can watch how the venom is collected.
Okay. Where should I stand?
Whatever you need. This is an adult monocle or Thai cobra. This is the common cobra throughout most of Southeast Asia. This is a big female here, and what we're going to do from her tonight is remove an eye cap. While we do that, we'll actually get a venom sample as well. Let's give it a second here. Alright, once the animal's caught, and we're going to bring the mouth down to the vial here. I don't know if you can get that in focus.
Yep.
And you'll see her actually bite into the vial. This is how the venom is collected. And sometimes it takes a minute to coax them onto the vial. There it is. And good, another bite. Try her one more time. There's the second bite. Cobras normally put off somewhere around 150 to 200 milligrams of venom. So it's normally about 10 handlings to a dried gram of venom, which is what's then finally sold. A little bit of skin from the snake's head. She shed, and sometimes a little bit of skin remains on the animal. That should do it. Cap actually on the eye looks clean. And then sometimes you wind up a little bit tangled up here. Okay? And when we actually release the snake back into the cage, it's done so just by letting go of the animal pretty quickly.
Wow, man. So, how do you practice? Like when you're a beginner, how do you practice?
That's a good question. Normally you start out with some snakes that are a little slower moving than others. But there's always a first time, so to speak. And of course, anytime you restrain a venomous snake, they react violently because as far as the snake is concerned, he's about to die. There's nothing in nature that restrains an animal or a snake like that. So he obviously is going to react as violently as possible. So it takes a little practice. And we'll pull out a pit viper now. We'll have him hit the vial. You'll see a little different setup as far as fangs and venom and stuff like that. All right, stand by here.
So you're gonna drink that?
No, this one will be. What'll happen is it all gets frozen, and then eventually, once you got enough, it gets spun down, Doug, in a centrifuge. And is that my phone?
No, I think it's a snake.
Okay. Once it's oh, wrong vial. Hold on one second. This is a pit viper.
Pit viper, cottonmouth.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
And
Is that the kind of snakes that are found around here?
yeah, cottonmouths are native to Florida. You can kind of stay where you are. This is a big adult female. It was wild caught in Volusia County.
Oh wow.
And when you see the cottonmouth hit the vial, you're going to see a little bit more venom than you did with the cobra normally. Kind of a yellow coloration. Give her a second, see if we can get a second hit. And probably, I don't know how close you can get in on her head there, Doug. But on the pit vipers, you can kind of see the fangs fold way back up into the roof of the mouth. Where in the elapids, the cobras and that sort of snake, the fangs remain motionless. They remain fixed on the quadrate bone in the front of the mouth. A little different setup here. And that's a cottonmouth.
Ooh.
Almost tagged the camera. Alright. That's another cottonmouth. Again, wild caught right here in Volusia County. And bingo, on the vial, we'll get another one. And on the vial again. Very nice.
Alright.
And you can see, you don't get a whole lot of venom. Cottonmouths normally put out, again, somewhere around 100 milligrams per bite. So you're normally talking about 10 handlings or so to a gram of venom that's then actually sold.
Is it true that babies have more venom than the older ones?
No, although sometimes in the younger snakes you see different toxins. You see more potent toxins or some different protein contents in the babies than you do in the adults. Okay, we'll pull out a couple other animals here. We won't have this one hit a vial, but kind of a neat snake to see. These trays, although not necessarily pleasing to look at, are very easy to clean. They're very easy to maintain the snakes in. The snakes are very comfortable in them. It's a nice, dark, secure environment. Whoops. This is an albino, monocle cobra, and you can see a little bit more active than some of the other animals. See if we can get him to hood up here. No, maybe not. No. Oh, almost. Let's try a different specimen here. It's one of those, don't try this at home, kids. Sometimes, particularly the smaller snakes, can be pretty active, pretty hyper. We can entice him into that tray there. This is the one downside of the rack. Sometimes they'll get a hold of one of the lips here, and they can be a little bit difficult to coax out. Oh, try them again. Hold on. there she goes. Let's see if we can keep in there. Good. All right, we'll try somebody who's a little less active here. This is again another albino monocle cobra, similar to the first snake we saw in the video. And these guys are just 2 years old now. And you can see all the elapids, cobras in general, pretty active. Well, thought we might be able to get them just to hold the hood for us. Try another one.
Have you raised most of these snakes from babies?
All these snakes have been right. All these snakes were actually born here and were raised here. Another one. This is a 2-year-old female.
A lot of females.
And yeah, and sometimes cobras are often runners. In other words, they won't stay and hold the hood. They just want to be left alone
Yeah.
and try and get away. So we'll throw them back in, see if we can get somebody else in here. Oh. And we'll try a black Pakistan cobra. This is the northernmost race of the Indian cobra, or the cobra that you normally see snake charmers work with. And this is the one that would be found at the very top of the range, Pakistan. And you can see, again, most of the time just wanting to be left alone.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes we can get, there's a pretty good head. Nope. Alright. What happens is the snakes remain undisturbed in these trays for normally a week at a time, which is when they're cleaned and then fed. They're handled every 2 weeks. And so anytime you remove the snake from the tray, for him it's a pretty traumatic experience. All of a sudden, he's exposed to all this light and motion, and so they really tend to get pretty busy, pretty active. Let's see if we can get another one may hood a little bit better here. It's another monocle cobra. It's a male. Another monocle cobra. On any of the snakes you have to maintain pretty large numbers because to get any kind of appreciable amount of venom, you really need quite a few animals. This snake bit me in 1993.
Oh, cool.
And I have an allergy to cobra venom, so the bite was about as bad as you could get. And my girlfriend at the time, who was working with me, really had quite a hand in keeping me alive. Anyway, she's now 3 years old and still somewhat small, and as you can see, super active.
Is that why you broke up with your girlfriend? You traumatized her too much?
Actually, very nice girl, now married with a child, and her husband is not a snake handler, so maybe that's a little easy. A little easier on her. Alright, let's try one more. We can try a Cape Cobra.
Yeah.
And see if, how we do on the hood here. Let's see. This is a Cape Cobra, which is an African species. And capes come in yellow and black and this orange, kind of golden mustard color almost.
Oh, you put your hand up so he looks at your hand.
Round. Yeah, most of the time we won't stay in that position for long. The Cape Cobras are the most toxic of all the cobras venom-wise. The venom toxicity is really significantly higher than some of the other cobras even, although all of them have pretty toxic venoms. And again, you can see most of the snakes merely want to escape and be left alone. Sometimes this guy will hold the hood sometimes, but doesn't seem to want to do so tonight. Okay, we'll try a few more juveniles. Alright, we're going to get, these are last year's hatch. And sometimes these guys are a little more prone to hood. Let's see if we can. How you doing there focus-wise? Okay?
Yeah, doing well. I think it's coming out pretty good.
Obviously, anytime you remove a water bowl, you have to watch where you're putting your fingers.
There he is.
This is last year's babies. Whoops. Again, everybody wants to run tonight. Nobody wants to stay still.
Oh, good.
Stand by, Doug. Let's see something here. Hold on.
Cool.
Sometimes, anytime I don't have somebody filming here, all these snakes hold the hood beautifully. Tonight, I suppose, because there's a camera here, nobody wants to pose at all. There we go. That's a little better. Not much, but let's see.
The battery's dying.
What's that?
My battery is dying.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
That quickly, huh?
Yeah, it must be an old battery.
Okay, bro. Well, that's all right. What you can do. Let's see what's happening. I really thought we were going to have better luck here. Hood-wise, you know. Now everybody will start to hood up. As long as I know they're not on film, you know.
They're camera shy.
These are eyelash vipers here. Kind of pretty.
Eyelash vipers?
Yeah, an eyelash viper, and that's a Central American pit viper. That's last year's baby. This is one of this year's babies. And you can see they're really
Tiny.
brilliantly colored.
Is that as big as they get?
And no, that's a newborn. That's
okay.
only about a month old.
Wow.
This is a year old. And then their mother is actually back behind you there a little bit. But coloration-wise, really one of the top animals with collectors just because they're so beautifully colored.
Yeah, they are.
Pretty neat, huh? And they come in this golden color, this yellow, they come in pink, they come in green, they come in of different color morphs. Really hyper. Beautiful though, you know?
Yeah.
And she had 24 babies this year.
Oh, wow.
And we kept back 8 of them for the venom line. So they're all in these little video thing.
Yeah, it's on a tape. A regular VCR tape.
Oh, well, so maybe we could. I could pop some of these trays for you. Oh, actually, here. I'll show you. These are kind of
Spitter from Africa.
Actually, I call them black neck spitting cobra.
All right.
That's the female there. I'll show you the male here in a second.
Am I right where I am right now?
Oh yeah, perfect.
Okay.
That's the male there. Really nervous snakes. And these are black and white spitting cobras from the Malay Peninsula. These guys normally are hidden, you can't see them much. Always better to make sure you're out of range.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good. Yeah. Little lighter fades there. The moon viper. African. Bizarre. These are canebrake rattlesnakes down in north here. That would be like the entire coastal plain, South Carolina, Georgia. And the coastal plain counterparts of the timber. These are puff adders, African snake. Bad snake. banded Egyptian cobra. You saw one of the babies. That's one of the adults.
Hey, get him back in.
These guys are
It's all right when I'm
actually reasonably mellow as cobras go.
I don't mind it when I'm by the doorway where I can escape. Hey, get back in there.